Cellar Door, directed by Von Stein and released on November 1st, 2024, immediately captured the attention of psychological thriller enthusiasts. Written by Sam Scott and Laurie Evans Taylor, this gripping film dives deep into the complex emotional landscape of a couple, John and Sarah, who are struggling to overcome the devastating loss of their child. With a talented cast that includes Jordana Brewster, Scott Speedman, and Lawrence Fishburne, the movie expertly weaves a tale of grief, guilt, and the haunting grip of unresolved trauma. At its core, Cellar Door is a psychological thriller that explores the lengths people will go to when faced with buried secrets, unspoken guilt, and the desire to escape their past. John and Sarah's lives are upended when they move into a new home, hoping for a fresh start. However, their peace is shattered when they meet Emmet, the eccentric former owner of the property. Emmet, with his unsettling presence and cryptic warnings, offers them a deal. They can have the house for free, but there's one catch. They must never, under any circumstances, open the cellar door. From the moment the couple steps foot in the house, Emmet's bizarre request sets the stage for the unraveling of their psyche and relationship. It's a rule that starts off feeling trivial to Sarah but becomes an obsession for John. To him, the cellar door is symbolic, an ever-present reminder of the darkness that lingers beneath the surface, both within Emmet's past and their own. What lies behind that door? The temptation to discover its contents soon becomes too great to ignore, leading them down a path of discovery, betrayal, and self-destruction. As the couple tries to settle in, a housewarming party introduces more chaos into their lives. During the event, Alyssa, John's former lover, shows up uninvited, stirring up old emotions and reigniting guilt that John thought he had buried. For Sarah, Alyssa's presence is a sharp reminder of John's past infidelity, and this tension starts to affect their marriage. But the tension doesn't end there. A mysterious figure, Paul, also arrives unannounced, warning John about the dangers of living in the house. Paul's ominous warning, paired with Alyssa's sudden reappearance, sets the stage for the psychological unraveling that follows. With his guilt over his past relationship with Alyssa weighing heavily on him, John grows increasingly anxious about the house and the secrets it might hold. His paranoia grows when he starts investigating the history of the house and its previous owners. In his search, he uncovers a disturbing detail. The previous owner, Paul McManus, also refrained from entering the cellar. This discovery, combined with the fact that Emmet's family mysteriously disappeared years ago, deepens John's suspicion about what might be hidden behind that door. As John digs deeper into the past, the house's dark history becomes inescapable. It's as though the house itself is feeding off the unresolved trauma that John and Sarah carry. The couple's relationship becomes more strained, and their repressed emotions begin to resurface in terrifying ways. While Sarah tries to keep her focus on moving forward, John's obsession with the cellar grows, pushing the couple toward a breaking point. But it's not just the house that holds secrets. As the tension between the characters builds, the house's most terrifying secret lies not just behind the cellar door, but within the characters themselves. In a shocking twist, Alyssa confronts Sarah, expressing her bitterness and resentment toward John, and the confrontation escalates. In a fit of rage, Sarah executes Alyssa and hides her body in the cellar. This decision, born out of Sarah's desperation to maintain the illusion of a perfect life, sets off a chain of events that will change their lives forever. John, unaware of Sarah's actions, begins to suspect that something is amiss when he finds a bullet lodged in the wall, indicating that a crime may have been committed. But it's only under intense pressure that Sarah finally admits her role in Alyssa's death. Her need to protect their carefully constructed reality, even at the cost of more violence, drives her to further lengths to prevent John from revealing the truth. Just when it seems like their world might collapse, Emmet presents them with a final test, a key to the cellar. This seemingly innocuous gesture is, in fact, a final assessment of their trust, restraint, and willingness to face the truth. The key forces John and Sarah to confront their decisions, pushing them to either open the door and face the horrors inside, or leave their questions and curiosity buried forever. Emmet's role in this psychological game becomes clear. He has orchestrated the entire scenario, using the house and its mysteries to probe the darkest corners of his tenants' minds. The final act of the film leaves viewers wondering what lies behind the cellar door. Is it a literal secret, or is it a symbol of the emotional and psychological decay that has overtaken John and Sarah? Emmet's presence throughout the film suggests that he may have known all along what was going to happen, manipulating the couple and using their darkest fears and desires against them. His calm, almost omniscient demeanor raises the question, is the true horror of the film hidden behind the cellar door, or is it embedded in the human psyche itself? Cellar Door is a haunting meditation on the consequences of secrecy, repression, and the desire to escape from the past. The house, the cellar, and Emmet's mysterious role all serve as metaphors for the hidden truths that lie beneath the surface of our lives. The ending is left deliberately ambiguous, allowing the audience to interpret the significance of the cellar door in their own way. Is it a literal space filled with the horrors of Emmet's past, or is it a psychological test designed to force John and Sarah to confront their own buried guilt and trauma? The film's final moments leave these questions unanswered, creating a sense of unease that lingers long after the credits roll. Cellar Door is a chilling exploration of how trauma shapes us, how secrets can consume us, and how the things we try to hide are often the things that define us. The film's haunting message is clear. Sometimes, the most terrifying secrets are not the ones that are locked away in a cellar, but the ones we carry with us, buried deep within ourselves. In the end, Emmet's cellar door represents not just a physical threshold, but a psychological one, a place where the darkest secrets are kept, not by others, but by ourselves. And as John and Sarah face the consequences of their actions, the real question remains, what is it that they're truly afraid to uncover, both behind the cellar door and within their own hearts? And so, the mystery of the cellar door remains unsolved, leaving us to wonder what truly lies behind it.